he had the FOMO of all the alpha from this week. He
Do we
didn't
have
take
audio?
the
Can you
long.
guys hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
Yay. So true, so truth. I mean, I did got sick the second day that I was on the resort. Not fun, not fun. Got salmonella. Did not got to fully enjoy it, but as my friend says, I'm built to work, not to rest. Right. So I still saw and jumped into Bitcoin though. Thanks God. So yeah, absolutely. So I can maybe
Look
take
at
on a
that.
couple of things. Yeah. Oh,
Welcome
oh, oh.
back, brother. Are you
Thank you.
long?
I am long. I am long. How about you?
Of course. I've been long twice, 3 times today.
Nice. What happened
One,
to your
two, three.
voice?
Yes. I was at the hockey game
Oh,
playing watching the Toronto Maple Leafs. And
nice.
I was with Trader Geo, who's another YouTuber, and him and I had a great night. We won, and we were screaming like little schoolgirls, and now my voice is gone. So I
What's
sound
the
like a
name
man
of?
today.
Absolutely. What's the name of that girl that sings that Wrecking Ball?
I came in like I think Katy Perry.
No, it's not Katy Perry. The other girl. It was also like, well, whatever. The thing is that when I don't know what happened to her, and then she started talking like this.
Miley
But
Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus, there you go. But I
Yeah,
love your new voice, my
she
friend.
talks like this.
Oh man, I also stopped
I
by a little
sound
bit
like
on your
Miley
channel.
Cyrus's brother.
Oh man, I still love that voice. Still love that voice. I stopped by for a little bit on your channel today in the morning. So guys, if you're not following Alex at Crypto, you should. He live streams in the morning. Look for him on YouTube. It's a pretty amazing channel, and also he has his server, Discord server. Make sure to follow him up there. Let me show you what I got. Also, big surprise, man. LTC Litecoin. That really surprised me. It pumped like crazy.
I haven't even looked at LTC.
Really. Little
Am
fish,
I
thank you, my
missing out
friend.
or what? Should I be looking at L 135? Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's already
LTC
gone.
is okay. Up
Yeah, but
from 92. Breakout retest.
yeah,
OC
exactly.
special.
Nice. I mean, maybe if I'm looking at the 4 hours right now, it seems like the entry is already gone. Breakout retest. At this point, seems like he wants to keep going up, like based on what we have seen here. Let me also make this full screen for the recording, and there we go. And basically, if we can repeat this pattern, I would say that we can still go all the way up to 148-ish somewhere, or let's just call it 145 just to be conservative. I think that could be a good opportunity on the 15 minutes. Still not 100% sure. I haven't looked at it. Only looked at the 4 hour. But I also have, let's take a look at my trade on Bitcoin. This was my trade on Bitcoin. And I know that if I would have been on the 15 minutes, it would have been a, hey OC, stop buying tops, right? But look at that. I buy tops and it plays out fantastic for me. But I'm just kidding, guys. It depends on your time frame.
He's back, everybody. He's back.
I'm back. So, guys, just remember that depending on what time frame you are, the time span that you're gonna be just waiting for that to play it out is differently. On the 15 minutes, let's take a look at the 15 minutes, my entry point. By the way, I marked it on the 4 hour, but there we go. It's pretty fantastic where it came out. There we go. I was buying it right here at the second candle, right there. So basically, right here, look at that. I actually caught the very top. I'll show you my basic entry there. But yeah, I mean, guys, look at that. I mean, breaking through, right? I should have been waiting for the retest or at least the little range. as I come back, flip of the ribbon, entry. My entry should have been there with a little more secure entry, and then off we go. But to complete honesty, I was on the beach. Well, not on the beach, on the resort's pool. I was sitting there and I was like, you know what? Should I be entering, talking to MJ, my fiance? I was looking at the 4 hour. Let me show you what it went through my head. Just so also can, maybe you will relate, right? And I was on this candle right there. It hit my first alert and then went into this area, and I was, you know what? Should I be jumping in? I already have flip with the ribbon. I still don't have reversal. You know what? Let's wait it out. At the end of it all, I'm on vacations. I'm okay if it's okay if I'm 1 or 2 candles after, right? Saw this candle, and then, I mean, it was almost at the end of the candle, and then I was saying, you know what? I'm going to set this alert, and as soon as it plays out, I'm going to be jumping in, right? And I set that alert. That was, look at that, that was on the 13th, right? The 13th, and my last Bitcoin alert was, there we go, created right here. Oh, come on, created on the 13th, right? So it was created on the 13th, and then as soon as I created the alert, the freaking candle just shoot through, and I was, dude, now or never. By the top, whatever, right? So I actually went in here. By the way, this was a V-shaped recovery. I was expecting to take some profits in here. I ended up not doing so, and that is because we broke through, we pushed through the zero line in here, and also look at that money flow start pushing upwards. Also, the volume matrix was starting to flip up, so I held it. Also, I held it through this one. This one should have been taking profits, and why is that? Because look at this high, look at this high, look at this high, look at this high. I should have been taking some profits here and then re-enter the retest. I still held it, and why is that? Why did I decide to go with that much? Let's hold it, and that is because of my, and there we go. I mean, I don't really like to show this, but whatever. It's just whatever. I'm just too lazy to snapshot these things, right? As you can see, it was from today. It was a 3x. Exactly, that was me right now. But it was a 3x long. At that point, I was on 27. In fact, I believe, yes, I have a more recent one. There we go. Let me just paste it here. 30% till a little bit more recent right now. So it wasn't that big of a deal for me to DCA in. And also, by the way, I mean, to hold it. And by the way, I also created a DCA entry right there. And it's still open. I'm not going to be removing that one just in case we have to come back down. Let me give you a shout out to Alex at Crypto, of course. But let me remind you one of the classes before I vanished for a week. Alex mentioned, remember guys, we are on a range, and this could be the last time. He was saying it here. This could be the last time that we see these prices before we start pushing upwards, right? And that also stuck with me. Another thing that I was also looking for, it was the spring. We got the spring. We got the last chance, and look at that. Beautiful, sir. Very nice prediction right there, Alex. Maybe we will never see these prices again. I mean, again, I need to be completely honest and transparent. I wish we see them again, but still, that one, that prediction on
as we speak.
Yeah, we're going higher. It is. So if we by any chance we can pierce to retest and then off we go, this will be your entry, right? As we come back down, we need to make sure that we do this thing once again, but right here, and the price action, instead of losing the big support, we hold the big support with the same pattern here, and then off we go, flip up the ribbon, add support, push it through 500K. Let's go. By the way, just if you're new, 500K is just my Hail Mary target, and I'm going to be training it as we go. Again, I'm not going to be holding it all the way to 50K because I don't know if we're going to get there, but one of my analysis tells me that we're going to be there. Other than that, I'm doing fantastic. There are other things that I want to go over with you guys with it. Pyth, we've been looking at it. I don't know. I actually want to ask you, Alex, what's your opinion about pipe? Because we're running into big resistance here. We had a goose head. We're almost done with that goose head. And on my opinion, if in this candle, within this candle, or at most the next candle 4 hour time frame, if we don't pierce through, we are going to be rejecting. And that will be such a shame because it seems like we have a very symmetrical cricket inverted head and shoulders, and we are just breaking through. So hopefully that is not a fake out. That hopefully that is an actual breakout, retest, and off we go. Once again, I'm gonna be looking for this, and look at that. Look at that money flow. It's pushing through. So I do think that we could be preparing to prepare a long in here. But again, we need to be cautious not to buy the tops, because at this point, look at this bottom, look at this other bottom, look at this other week, look at this other bottom, look at what happened, where we are right now on dynamic reactor. Do you really want to buy a resistance? I don't know. Not for me. I'd rather see a breakout retest, and off we go. But this is one of the things, guys, that I said, prepare for the weekend. Weekend might bring a little bit of shakiness. And man, I'm not gonna be around for this weekend. I need to rest out of the salmonella, out of the vacations. But other than that, I will be trying to trade this one. In fact, I'm gonna get my alert right now. This is gonna be my alert in case we break out. I'm gonna be looking as it hits, breaking out, and I'm gonna be looking for the retracement, or at least I'm gonna be looking for the range. So a little range in here before we continue upwards. And this will solidify a daily. Let me show you. Perfect. Alex O Cryptos, my most liked pattern. Look at that breaking trend line. Boom shack sweep of the lows, breaking trend line, then going for the OC retest, and boom shakalaka. Look at that, maybe going for a 0.42. Sorry, still medication within my brain. 0.42 as a price target. But I don't know. Let me pass it over to you, Alex, and let's see what you got there.
Can you guys believe you didn't talk about XRP?
Oh man, I need to talk about XRP. I haven't even looked at it, man. Oh, love it.
We've been spared. We've been
Really?
spared.
I'm looking for it right now.
I'm looking at a long for XRP actually. Like if I look at it here, I actually gave this setup for my Discord. Can you believe I did this? Look at this.
Oh, look at that.
Looking
Nice.
for this.
Nice.
We'll see if we get it. I mean,
You
if
know
we're
what?
gonna have rotation, it's most likely into XRP. Look at it. It's the only thing that's red today. Everything else is green.
Yes. Let's do, all right.
Anyways.
Let's live trade it. Why not? Let's isolate, confirm. Let's do a 10x. Let's see.
He's
I'm
gonna
feeling like
FOMO
a
in
10x.
now, and then he's gonna thank me.
Absolutely. Why not, my friend? You're sharing alpha. I do see alpha. I do recognize the alpha. Why not taking it, right? Let's see. Let me draw
Yes,
my
sir.
trend lines. There we go. As always, guys, I mean, it's not that I don't trust Alex. Of course, I do trust him. But it's always a good practice to do your own analysis, right? Sometimes you might be seeing, you know what? Maybe I can wait a little bit more. Or you know what? I might be jumping right in. At this point, I'm going to be jumping right on. Let's take a look at that. I need to transfer some funds. 10x, isolated, double check. Let's do limit. Perfect. And
I think he's still on the medication, guys. We better be careful here.
oh man.
Oh.
And
So let's look
size.
at Bitcoin. Let's take a look here. What's crazy is the pump, right? Like obviously up only. I gave the long from here yesterday on the live stream. took a couple longs on the live stream here, and then I got in again. Okay, so it's been a very. You just press buy in a safe place, and you're pretty good. So far, so good. Now the problem is that we've moved up really quickly. All right, so up only turns into ouch, right? A lot of the time. So coming up in here, we have some key areas that I am interested in right now. These order blocks in here, very, I would say like some of the last defense for a price to come and get rejected from. So if we get rejected in here around 104.8, okay, we're coming up right now. Could be looking for a potential reversal. Not trying to be bearish, just trying to be realistic. This price action is very unrealistic, especially when we're creating so much liquidity below us, right? We just up only, right? So we can draw lots of these all over the price, right? We actually got long from 97.4 on the live stream the other day. OC, it was pretty sick. That was a great call. And yeah, like we said, this could have been our bottom, right? So when looking at this, understand that, hey, we're pretty overextended here. Does that mean we're going to short it? I'm looking, but I'm not necessarily taking action yet, right? So for me, coming back, revisiting previous highs, a trick I use is that 8-minute dynamic reactor. I'm not sure which one it is. Is it this one? Yeah. The 8-minute dynamic reactor. What? Maybe it doesn't want to load today. Something I do use. Let's see if it does want to populate here. I should update, shouldn't I? Which is great for uptrends, right? Which is great for uptrends. And we've absolutely dusted this thing. So breakout, retest, continuation. So there's some good entries in here. If you look at this on XRP, I mean, this was the 8-minute dynamic reactor on XRP has given you the bottom all the way up, which is you can't ask for much more, right? This thing's been ripping, and look, every bottom, perfect, 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 perfect. Now we're underneath it, so can we push back? We'll see. We'll see. So we're coming into some key resistance right now. So what happened this morning? It's actually quite a shit show, to be honest. So I was able to get I got long here on the sweep of the lows. So I got long here. Made a quick, I think $100, $120 here. Then I got long here. I got long here. Made another $180. And then I was like, this is crazy. Look at this. Right? And obviously I got, as soon as we broke out here later on, I got long up in here. Okay, for that retest back into the wick test in here, and continuation out. Okay, so those were the trades this morning. Really just trying to get on the roller coaster. You know what I mean? It's like this part's like where it's going click, 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 and then you hit the hill, boom, right? So very, very scammy, right? Look at this in here, right? So that heartbeat, right? That nasty symmetrical triangle breakout go, right? Can go either direction, trying to wreck everybody along the way, right? So you need to be very, in my opinion, very patient and lowering your leverage or your margin, right? Giving yourself a little bit more wiggle room, right? Because this thing just doesn't want to stop. However, when it does stop, it comes back hard, right? So you're looking, for me anyways, I'm always looking for retracement levels. So order blocks, okay? Revisit some previous highs, right? So if we roll over from here, right, we're in a key area right now. right? Order block, liquidity, right? If we roll over from here now, right, I'll be looking for a revisit of this high in here, possible continuation if I get, the right stuff here on my reactor or whatever, right? That's a possible opportunity, right? Also for shorts, right? I'm looking for a break of structure. So when looking at this here, right, there's nothing here that suggests we're going down. Why, right? So we push up, we come down, right? That's our significant low. Nothing closes below that. Okay. So it's not giving us a clean break and then a retest and continuation down. Okay. We want to see a clean break. Clean break's going to be ideal. I want to short this thing all the way back down. 94.5. That's where I think we can come back down to. The thing is Bitcoin, the question is that I have for OC, Mr. Long Time Frames, is Bitcoin going to dump or pump on Monday? Because we know that the stock market is closed on Monday and Mr. Orange Man is getting into office. So
I think
is he going to
that
make Bitcoin great again? Or are we going to dump?
I think it's a
Right?
hard question. I think it will depend, and I'm gonna for very first be very pragmatical here, or like very very like straightforward. I think that depends on how the price action reacts on the weekend. Remember, buy the rumor, sell the news, right? I think that is going to be deciding and everything. So if we see a pump throughout this weekend, I think we're gonna be dumping a little bit on Monday, and then maybe continue the pump. Instead, if we see range throughout the weekend, I think we're gonna be seeing a little pump on on Monday and then a big drop. And guys, I mean, if you lost election and look at how many things were behind that election, right? How could you? I mean, what is the key factor between many of those, right? But what was the key factor of the Orange Man winning, right? Everything started pumping, right? No, I'm not going to be saying crypto. I'm not going to be saying Bitcoin, right? Because the fact of the matter is that many things pumped, even in traditional market, right? So how can you maybe take a little bit of that revenge on your opponent? And I would say manipulating price. Also, look at how much we've been pumping, right? I mean, if you already bought in, are you going to keep buying in? I don't know. Maybe just the newbies will start buying in right now. So we need to start looking at liquidation charts. So my prediction for Monday, without looking at any other indicator, without having any more, yes, please add that one. I think that's going to be very revealing. I think, there we go. We're going to pump throughout the weekend. And depending on those red lines on Monday, if we have a ton of red lines nearby on Monday, we're going to dump. If not, look at how many green lines we got there. And those are going to be shorts being taken. So what do you say, Alex? I mean, I already have put it out there. My first opinion, I think, is going to be a pump, little dump in continuation to the upside. Oh, look at that. Hopefully we can take it. But what are you seeing there?
I think right now this is it's beautiful, but it's not sustainable, right?
Yeah.
So I think the beautiful thing I think is going to be our weekly candle close. Look at this weekly candle, bro. It's fucking huge.
It is.
18% big tail, right? So as long as we close, which I think is very much likely, as long as we close above 98,000 here, right? Very bullish. But it's God candle, right? Like look at this one here. That's 18%, right? That led us out, right? So what followed that, right? Two more candles, 25%. You add 25% to this. I'm not trying to be crazy, but that's 130,000 Bitcoin. Okay. So if this, then that, the trend is up. Patience. Wait for your opportunity to get in. right? Understand they're trying to shake you out. Like even the other day, we had three drives, okay? Three drives, right? Into low to move down into a sweep of the lows, okay? So that and we got long here. But we had our key levels marked out. We understood that this was a 786, right? This morning, we got long, we got shooken out though because it was so fast, right? Look at this before they sent it, right? So, like I said, you want to wait for maybe a push getting in here, right? You could have been looking down in here, sweep of the lows, continuation out. Okay? But it's very overextended. So for us it's like I want to see a squeeze. I want to see the longs being squeezed. I want to see, bearish divergence, which we had all the way up here, bearish divergence. Not working. Bearish divergence aren't diverting, okay? Look, they're not bringing us down to break structure, okay? Bearish divergence in here, okay? Again and again and again and again. Okay, so understanding that the trend is going to be your friend. How do we jump on trend? Dynamic reactor, moving average, order blocks, retests of previous highs. Okay, so looking to come back into here, right? Retest, right? Back into here, retest, continuation, right? Order blocks, coming back in, grabbing an order block, continuing, coming back in, grabbing liquidity, continuing. Okay. And then managing risk along the way, I think, is the number one thing, right? Up only is it's hard to trade because it's hard to get on to the trend with confidence whilst managing your risk. Okay, so hopefully we can help you guys navigate this, but this is what shakes people out, right? So be aware that they don't want to make it an easy ride, but they are definitely sending it. So it's if this then that, managing that. One thing I did notice as well, and I was talking to this yesterday with Trader Geo, USDT dominance rolling over here, losing this trend line here. So this is something that's really juicy in my opinion, right? Because this was very much like a make or break level, and it stalled here. This was at the hockey game last night. I'm like, if it rolls over here, we're flying, man. And what did it do? As you can see, coming back for these lows, breaking this structure. So any sort of rise in here is welcome now, right? We're breaking down, which is massive. This is a massive sign for people holding less USDT and more assets, right? That's what we find from this. So, and then we have our big get the hell out and sell wall down here around 3% and 2.5%. That's kind of my narrative. If we come down anywhere near here, I should be looking to sell. Okay. Keeping it simple. Okay, keeping it simple, but watching for the signs, right? Bitcoin dominance. We also notice something here is that we have mitigated the low. You can see it rising, right? Which everybody's like, oh, Bitcoin dominance is going up. What is significant is Bitcoin is pumping. This is rising, but we have broken structure here. Okay? Structure is everything. I always talk to you guys about structure. I don't care if this thing comes up to here. It's coming back down here because structure tells me so. Okay? Price doesn't move straight all the time, right? So this is, in my opinion, losing this low in here, right? Because we had a breakdown in dominance. Then we had a break of structure twice to a higher high, only to lose this higher high to break structure again to put in a lower low. So this can be a lower high now that we're looking for and a continuation down to that 54% level that I'm looking for. Okay. So a lot of good signs. Want to see the follow through. Want to see the follow through. And I would expect Bitcoin to chop sideways and down over the weekend and altcoins to rip. That's what I would expect because that's what we see over and over again. So we wait, we be patient, we jump on the trend when we get the opportunity. Right now, you're looking for a short. You're not looking for a long. But you're waiting for that clear indication that hey, go short here, stop loss above here, right? Break down below here, stop loss below here. Or we're looking for a return back in and a continuation to the upside. Very overextended right now. Not saying short, not saying long, just saying be patient, set your trap, right? Wait for the retest of these highs, wait for the retest of these highs, make a decision, manage risk. What do you think, OC? Did you see USDT dominance? What do you think?
Oh, USDT dominance. Oh, it's pretty weird. By the way, I did a big rotation of capital, to be honest. Most of my savings account, or I mean, let's be clear, all of my saving accounts is USDC. And all of my trading account used to be on USDT. Right now on my trading account, I am between 50% or a little bit less, let's just call it 40% USDT and 60% USDC. In fact, if you take a look at my entries right now, and let me share that with you so you can see my charts. So there it is. And also let me do something quick in here. So, oh, come on. Where are you? Sorry. There we go. My entries right now are USDC at this point. Let me share that with you. So XRP. Oh, by the way, XRP flying 3% now. Nice. Great call, Alex. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
So let's just paste it here. And you'll see that right now, I am trading on USDC pairs. To be honest, I haven't looked at the rotation between USDT and USDC, but since I was preparing my rotation of capital based on what already happened, and I did not follow up along, which was Europe not accepting USDT based on the lack of transparency, right? So just to overcome whatever could happen in the market, I rotated 60% of my trading accounts into USDC and the other rest either because I have open orders, because I have trades, ongoing trades, right, with leverage, which means I cannot rotate or change the outcome pair. I stood with what I got, which was USDT. We already know. If you don't know the story behind USDT, go take a look at it. I mean, I always believe on second chances. And if the founder of USDT do things right, USDT might be his second chance. But other than that, I'm not going to be putting my hands in the fire for anybody. Sorry, for any altcoin, for anything other than Bitcoin, and of course, Alex out crypto right here next to me. But other than that, nothing. I mean, we're talking about, guys, you're talking about your money, you're talking about your finances. Are you really comfortable just sticking to something that might make you lose money? I don't know. Again, at this point, and I need to be clear and direct, I'm talking out of a thin air. Why? Because I haven't looked at the dominance of USDT. And I might get a big surprise because I know Alex is bringing it up for some reason. So, Alex, what's going on with USDT pairs?
No, the pairs are fine. It's just the dominance dropping.
Stocks. Yeah.
Dominance dropping gives us people are deploying their capital. They're getting rid of their capital, right? So therefore they're holding less assets, or sorry, less dollars and more assets, right? So therefore pumping, right? Whenever people are holding less of the USDT, we can look for assets to rise, right? Because it's liquidity. It's money coming into the markets and pushing up all the ships, right? So it's that, liquidity is such a good term because, if we think about the ships rising and lowering, well, if you have no liquidity, then you're pretty much hitting the bottom of the sea, right? When we have lots of liquidity, all the ships are rising and everything's working together. And less dollars, more assets, and everything goes up, right? So it's a good early sign of people deploying capital, looking forward to this thing possibly pushing. So it's I think it's a good sign. We'll see, but time will tell, right? Especially going into Monday.
Nice. I can't wait for Monday. Let me bring up a couple of things in here because I really, you know what? I'm ready to start trading again. I mean, if you can tell already into Bitcoin long, I'll just open up a. By the way, my second Bitcoin long, because remember, I still have going on the bot right now, and I do have it open. It is. I need to bring it up once again. Here it is. It is at 176% gains, which is at $1,292 worth of the trade. And I have a secondary open order, which is the one that I show you guys, which is 21% right now. And this last one on XRP, which is at 2.80 to 93% ish things. But other than that, I'm ready to start trading. Let's take a look at some of the things that I'm looking at. So I might be just taking a look at 4 hours and then also rotating into the 15 minutes because I want to, you know what, like kind of like I'm feeling that DJ inside of me knocking the door. So when that happens, good things are coming. Good things are coming. So CRV. A dead coin in here, I would say not too much, but we have a pretty nice moving to the upside. We also have a pretty nice rejection in here. We're having a symmetrical triangle at this point. So something important to note is going to be our oscillator. My oscillator right down here is just flat, so let me change to the Prime Oscillator Pro. It's also going to be flat. And what I'm looking for is a flip of the ruin to the upside, right? The flip of the ruin to the upside, the breakout retest, and of course, taking this huge area of ranging, right? We've been ranging for a long time in here, so I think it's time for it to start just breaking out of it. Now that we also see dominance of Bitcoin just flipping around. The thing that is calling my attention, it is that when we were supposed to go maybe all the way down, we didn't, right? I mean, and we held flat in here. This is talking to me, or this is telling me that we might have a little bit of strength. That is a failure point, and could be this one in here. Look at that. We ranged, right? We tried to go up, and nope. There we go. We range. We have a sweep of the lows, and then when we were supposed to be going up, nope. We have another plan. All right. Somebody dumped that on us. So, but this is what I actually want to see it happen. Ranging, then flipping up, and actually having that tipping point and then continuation up, right? So that's what I'm looking for. And the points for me to look at that, it's going to be first this trend line, secondary this other possible trend line that I have going on here, which creates an area of supporting here along with my dynamic reactor. And if I start bringing up right now my liquidation points, let me just do a little bit of a waiting point here. There we go. We have basically free space to either point. This is why we see a flattening point in here, right? So here's going to be the thing. If I lose this zone, I'm not going to be longing it at all. I'm just not going to be touching it until we hit all the way down here. In fact, I'm going to set an alert in here, and this is not going to be an open order. And I'll show you why in a second. I'm going to be setting up an alert in here because I want to enter somewhere around here, which could be making sweep of the lows in higher time frames. Because if you have not noticed, I'm on the 5 minutes, right? I'm on the 5 minutes. The next thing is going to be breaking this trend line, which also is going to signify breaking this other trend line that most likely is going to result on a breakout retest and then taking a hit all the way up here. So this is going to be my entry, maybe 1-2 candle retest, something fast, snappy, something like that, and to then just get the next highs and get out. So in, out, right? Let's now talk about this zone right here if you're not feeling that degen like me today, all right? So let's take a look at the 1 hour, the 4 hour. Let's go even to the 4 hour here. To the 4 hour, we're having, there we go, let me zoom in. we're having the previous lows, right? We're having the previous area right here. So I will be in, it doesn't reflect it that much. Let's go to the 1 hour. Perfect. All right. Much better. We have structure, readable structure here. So yes, we have a breakout, retest, and off we go, right? But again, we are having kind of like a flip of the ribbon. And I want you guys notice, the true 7. True 7, it's been moving up. True 7 is pushing up in here, all right? And money flow is still green. So for me, that is a potential that we can keep breaking this trend line, and this could be a fake out or at least a flat pause of continuation. Let me clear this up and make a little bit less of a mess. And how would that look like? Flat pause of continuation will look something like that. And look at that, going to visit previous lows, or at least going to visit previous lows. So that's what I got my very first entry point in here if I see the flip of the ribbon. If not, my next entry is going to be right here, all right? Right there, and I'm going to move it just slightly a bit up. There we go, somewhere around here, so it notifies me beforehand, somewhere around 93.70, right? As I maybe have a little bit more ranging to go before I start popping up. So CRV, looking with potential. At this point, we still need to wait a little bit more, but could be a good mover here. Once again, I want to make this clear. So we have a base definition. This target is entry for long time frames, 1 hour to 4 hours, all right? 5 minutes, which is a different trading style, right? It's gonna be defined by the breakout of a trend line, which, remember, this trend line, all right, trend line breaking out or breaking down is gonna be waiting. And then my entry is going to be somewhere around this area right down here, all right? Or as I am breaking up and having a retracement, a very quick retracement, right, on previous lows in here. Oops. Come on, I just can't draw straight. There we go. So I think it's going to be looking more like this. And at this point right now, it seems like it's going to be the first point. So we're going to be breaking down and looking at for a possible entry right there. So remember, 5 minutes is one strategy, 1 hour is another strategy. So that's what I'm going to be looking at CRV. Let me go very quick and look at, where is it? LTC. Litecoin, it's been flying. It's been flying. Let's go to the 4 hour. Look at that. Look at that in 4 hours. Something that I like in here is that we're making probably a bull flag. Another thing that I like is that, well, we have 3 of those. The third one usually is the turn, but still looking with power here, or with strength, not with power, with strength. Why? Look at the consolidation score. Nothing. 0 on consolidation score. We could keep going up, right? We're still above the 0 line in here, so we could reverse in here. Look at money flow, still on the green. Look at the volume matrix, still on the green. So what we need to look for is confirmation. We can go to the lower time frame. Let's go maybe to 5 minutes. And guess what? Man, in fact, I'm late to it. It's not about the breakout. It's about your retest. Your retest was 10 minutes ago. Come on, too much talking for me. I was waiting for that, and off we go. So if this is gone for me, I'm not going to be trading it unless I see the next retracement in here and be aiming for taking maybe this little trade right there. So what I'm going to be doing is setting another alert in here. And I'm going to be careful because this is not, I want to have multiple candle retracement, not one candle retracement and continuation. But LTC, look UC, look at that. We were talking about this at the beginning of the class. We were here and I was looking for the breakout retest. Too late. That's fine. Things happen. But other than that, that's what I got on altcoin that I'm looking at this point, Alex. Do you have maybe a different opinion? What do you see on CRV maybe, or what do you got, or what do you have? Oh,
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
so looking at AI16Z, we're in an area where you're looking for a balance. So you have just like trickled down here, But I do like when you get this, this bottoming kind of structure here on our oscillator. So you can see the exhaustion starting to come in. So generally this is your like 786 fib level. So you're looking for a bounce from here. You got some good volume at 114, 113. So you could be possibly looking for a breakout here. I got an alert set on this trend line too, just in case, we get above breakout, retest, continuation. Okay, so that's something I would keep my eyes on. Looking promising, especially because of the narrative, right? The narrative is strong. So anything like this, you can see you start to get bottoming in here. Just a matter of time where, you want to come back and reclaim at least up in here. Let alone up into here. You can see how quickly this thing moved when it started going. So all you're looking for is a little bit of maybe a sweep or a breakout retest, and then off you go. So that's something I'd keep on my radar. That's a good look there, lucky deal. XRP making OC money as usual. H bar looking quite juicy too. So H bar, Algorand, XRP, all like running together. So you can simply look for these like breakout, retest, continuation patterns here, where you're getting strength up and out. Okay, so flipping that ribbon and breaking out. I mean, it's going to be very like I said with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's done this. We want to see Bitcoin do this over the weekend, and we want to see altcoins go, right? That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. We look at total threes continuing to march onwards and upwards. Okay, almost getting back to these levels in here, making a new high, which is very important. We were talking about the bottoming structure, right? And how quick this happens, right? So a lot of money coming in. That $1.1 trillion is kind of a very critical level for us to start expanding out and getting up into, these areas in here. I got alerts set in here just for altcoin market kind of warning signs, right? When we're getting a little bit overextended on our key levels here. So this is looking good. Just patience will prevail in situations like this. We're gonna have lots of opportunities. You see Rune bottoming structure here. I mean, massive rejection, right? So a lot of these things that have had big pumps, even today, you can see that they're actually really over destroyed, right? So not necessarily something you want to chase. Something I would look to go to narratives. So even Jasmy, beautiful sweep in here, strong coin, right? Superverse, look at the sweep. Imagine getting Superverse at 93 cents OC. My
Oh
God,
man.
look, key level. Look at that, man. I haven't even
Perfect
looked
to
at
the
Super,
dollar.
man. Look at this thing. Holy shit, right? So a lot of these things are recovering. Beam is another one too, right? So you got the inverse head and shoulders breakout coming into the dynamic reactor here. Jupiter, another one, right? So I was a little bit early on the Jupiter trade, looking for that continuation. But a common theme here is you can see that we still have our 4-hour dynamic reactor in the way. Okay, you can see that on a lot of these. Some of them are starting to flip, which is strong. So, like OC said, we're looking for possible retest continuations. Okay. Another one that I was looking at is Ondo inverse head and shoulders. Okay. Looking yummy. OC's gonna FOMO in on this one too. Don't worry. I
Oh
can
man.
smell the FOMO through my microphone, bro.
FOMOing. Stop buying tops, right?
Right?
Stop buying tops.
So lots of opportunities out there. It's Friday. Don't overtrade. Be cautious. OC's just getting back from vacation, so he's trying to make up lost time, right? So I think, the best thing you can do for yourself right now is to get some popcorn, touch some grass, hang out with your friends, and watch OC on Monday when Donald Trump says, I sold all the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is garbage. And Bitcoin goes to fucking 10K. No.
Oh man.
Imagine. Imagine.
Oh man, that would, I mean, not to be honest, that would have been horrible, but I don't think that would be that big of a deal. I mean, Bitcoin, for example, something like Binance US might have a huge spike to the downside, but the ones that we are here, I mean, I'm not going to be selling my lifetime savings that I have on Bitcoin. Just if anybody, just someone says that, right? I don't care if that's Donald Trump. But I mean, that would be pretty. That would be a good kick in the balls to say the least. But we'll see. I am expecting a little pump of Monday. Still, depending on how we play it out throughout Sunday and Saturday, will be a pump and dump or pump correction and continuation to the upside. I'm gonna be putting my money still 2 days behind on pump retracement and continuation up. That's what I'm going to be putting my money. But again, guys, this is an opinion. At this point, I'm not looking at any analysis. This is speculation. Bitcoin is a pet rock. Is it? I don't know, but what a good pet rock, man. Oh, man. So let's wrap things up today. We also have a plus class in the process, and I also need to, like fix out my brain. I need to take a little bit more medication and prepare another coffee to make it to the end of the day. Other than that, guys, Alex, I've been missing you a lot. Thank you so much for covering. Such fun also to see that, guys, you've been killing it. It's good to be back. It's good to be back, and we're ready to make some money. Other than that, Alex, any goodbye words before we wrap things up?
Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. We'll see you guys around. Be safe out there. Use good risk management, and we'll see you guys Monday. Take care. Much love.
Guys,
Bye.
thanks so much for joining. And as always, see you guys this time on Monday. Promise.